All right, so let's talk about how to make a month's worth of YouTube content in one day. And I think that I am really well equipped to talk about this because I've probably done it about 30 times now. So my record for making long form YouTube videos, like full videos on YouTube in one day, was 21 videos. That's the most full length YouTube videos that I've recorded in one single day. My record, before that it was 18. I did that 3 times. I did 18 videos in a single day 3 times. And then I've done somewhere between 10 and 12 videos in a single day, like probably around 30 times at this point, okay? And there are certain things that you really have to do in order to nail this, right? There's certain ways that you have to make content in order to make it possible to make these videos, because not only was I making these videos, but I was making good videos at the same time. So if you're posting like 3 times a week, you know, a month is about 12 videos or so. And so you can literally make an entire month's worth of videos in one day. And if you're doing 18 videos a day, which I probably wouldn't recommend, but hypothetically, you could do an entire year's worth of content in about a week, right? If you do the math there. So how do you do this? Let's talk about it from the beginning. So it starts before you even record or before you even come up with video ideas. You need to have a sustainable recording method. Now, there's 2 ways of doing this. The first way is the easiest way and what I recommend for everyone who's starting, and that is simply make your videos very, very easy to make, okay? So one way of doing that is you can either have bullet point flashcards. So you can see this flashcard right here. I have bullet points on here, and that's literally how you make your videos. You just have a few bullet points on a flashcard after you come up with the video idea, and then you just deliver it to the camera. And preferably you deliver it in such a way where little to no edits have to happen. So basically very, very minimalist editing. And so therefore you might even do it in such a way where there's 0 edits. I will probably have 0 edits in this video, just as an example. So this video is a good example of me doing that. And so that's the first way you can do it, and that's the recommended way. So just make easy content that's easy. Either you just talking to the camera, you could even just like talk to your phone, for instance. You could, iPhones are actually quite good at recording. You could share your screen, so make like kind of a Loom style video, either directly with Loom or some type of software that's similar to Loom, like OBS, for instance. And just make it to where you don't have to edit very much. You're kind of almost just like sending a video to a friend, right? Your ideal clients, your ideal viewers have a problem. And just imagine like if your friend had a problem and you just were making a video for your friend and you just send them the same information that you would have just sent to your friend, right? If you think about it like that, it's quite easy to make these videos, right? So I just pretend, it's a little weird, but I pretend that the camera is a friend and I'm just telling the friend what I would tell them if they had a certain problem. Sometimes I'm even visualizing a person, like I'm talking to a client, for instance, who has an issue, and I just talk to them like that. So you also want a very simple setup, okay? So that's another thing you need to kind of nail, is you need to have a simple setup where you can just sit down, push a few buttons, and you're live, you're recording, okay? There's a bunch of different ways to do that. The easiest of which is literally just recording from an iPhone. You can just hold the iPhone and just record from the iPhone. You could also record your screen on your computer using something like Loom or OBS. I do have a guide on how to set up make really like quite good videos that are like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 with very minimal tech setup, and I'll put that guide down in the description and the pinned comment below. Don't miss out on that because it's a really, really good guide. And yeah, you just want to make recording as easy as possible. You don't want to have to like set up a light and set up cameras and do all this kind of stuff to be able to record. You just want to be able to sit down and just record content, right? That's really what you want, okay? And so that's the first thing, and that's the easy way of doing it. The second way, which is a little bit more difficult, is you actually have a team, right? So you have a team where they're helping you to create content. Okay, so the first person you'd want to hire is going to be a video editor for sure. And that's if you're making content that's a little bit more difficult, like if you're talking about things and you want things to pop up on your screen, for instance, you're gonna go ahead and hire a video editor and they're gonna make that happen for you. If you make a lot of mistakes, for instance, if you're reading from a script, chances are you're gonna make a lot of mistakes unless you're very, very good and you're very practiced. But if you're reading from a script, chances are you're going to make a lot of mistakes, so the video editor can cut those out, okay? And then additionally, later on, you can bring on like a script writer or a creative director, someone to help you write the scripts and all that kind of thing if you are writing the scripts word for word. Now, if you are going to do that, I highly recommend you get the Elgato teleprompter. That's what's in front of me right now is the Elgato teleprompter. Really amazing. The reason it's so good is because it's not just a teleprompter where you have the words on the screen. You can also drag other things onto the screen, right? So it's like a second screen where I can literally just drag stuff on my screen up here onto the teleprompter and I can just look at it. So you can see how useful that would be. I mean, you can put PowerPoints on your teleprompter. You can put a picture or a video of yourself on the teleprompter if you want to see how you look. You can put like a Miro board, like a flow chart on the teleprompter. If you're drawing something, you can put whatever you're drawing on the teleprompter. I mean, it's just unbelievably useful, okay? So if you're gonna write scripts, definitely get and you're gonna say things word for word, write the scripts in that way where you're saying them word for word. Definitely get the Elgato teleprompter. Additionally, you can get a pedal. I've got the Elgato teleprompter pedal down here, and that'll make the words go up and down, or it'll make the screen go up and down, which is awesome. Okay, so that's the first thing is you want to make recording as easy as possible for you, the busy business owner or the busy YouTuber. You only want to be spending your time ideally just recording the videos. That's it. Ideally, you want other people to kind of do the research for you, and there's systems for doing that where you can actually make content better than if you were just doing it yourself. They can use your base content. If you have a book, a course, a bunch of really good videos, a catalog of good content on your blog or something like that, they can use all that base content to make really good videos and make them into either scripts or bullet points for you to make your video recording process as easy as possible. Okay, so that's really what you want to aim for. Now, to be fair, in some cases, especially when you first start, and if you're going to be writing scripts, you might write the scripts yourself, okay? And in that case, I highly recommend using Claude. It's a great AI tool for writing. Claude is phenomenal for writing if you're going to write the scripts yourself. If your team's going to write it, I also recommend they use Claude too because it's really just that good, okay? Claude is the best for writing by a mile. So you want to have a very easy system for recording. That's the first and the most important thing. Second, you start off with the very first part of the video process, which is coming up with video ideas. So you obviously have to have 12 video ideas. And then, I recommend using the icon method to come up with those video ideas. I've talked about that in other videos, but you want to have 12 video ideas and you want to turn those into titles. And then you move on to the second part, which is scripts. Again, you can just, a really easy way is just using something like flashcards like this. Additionally, if you want to, you could put the flashcard on top of your camera or behind your camera, or if you really want to, you can, put it on a whiteboard instead and then put the whiteboard behind your camera. That works really good too. And it just has to be bullet points, right? It's just reminding you what you're going to talk about and in what order, and maybe a reminder of like a story to tell or an example to give, something like that, right? Something like that just to spice things up a little bit. And then you just talk off the top of your head and you talk about stuff you're already an expert on. And like I said, you're just helping a friend, right? You're just helping a friend with a problem that they have. And if you do that, it becomes quite easy to create massive amount of content in a very short period of time. I mean, you don't have to talk that long, right? Each video, technically speaking, if it's a 20-minute video, then you just talk for 20 minutes. That's it. Because if there's no cuts, then a 20-minute video is a 20-minute video. Now, if there are cuts, chances are like a 30-minute video, it'll take you 30 minutes to record, and then they'll edit it down to a 20-minute video. But, so you'd get the scripts written either with Claude. I've written really, really good scripts with Claude that I've delivered word for word. Each script might take like 15, 20 minutes to make, something like that. And then you sit down, whether your team made it or whether you made it, and you just simply record. Now, the actual recording process, let's talk about that. One thing that really helps is coffee, okay? Coffee really helps when it comes to recording. I also highly recommend that you batch record. Obviously, if you're gonna be recording all the videos in one day, you're gonna be batch recording. And I like recording 3 videos at a time. So I'll record 3 videos back to back to back. And the reason I like doing this is because the first video, you're kind of just getting in the flow, right? Like halfway through the first video, you'll start to get in that flow where your brain is like, okay, it's time to yap, right? It's time to talk. It's time to be fluent and be a good communicator. And it'll usually take like a little bit into the first video before you get into that zone where you're really, a good communicator. And then you stop the video, you name it, and then you immediately move on to the next video. And I recommend doing 2 to 3 videos in a row. Then you take a break. So you wake up in the morning, you do 2 to 3 videos, you take a break. Maybe you go, I don't know, work out or something. You make 2 to 3 more videos, take a break, go eat lunch, make 2 to 3 more videos, go take some calls, whatever, just go about your day. And then you make the last 2 to 3 videos, and then you have dinner. Or maybe you have dinner and then you make the last videos after dinner, right? And that is a really effective way of doing it when you record. And like I said, coffee helps. I also like to use Coke Zero. Coke Zero can be really good. Has no sugar in it. For some reason, well, for me, sugar makes me tired, so I don't really like sugar. Also, Monster Zero can be good too. I have this here. I brought this out. Don't always use it. Sometimes I'll kind of like save them for the end of the day. The beginning of the day, I might record the first 3 without anything. Second 3, I'll drink coffee. Third 3, maybe I'll have Coke Zero. And then the fourth 3, I'll have like a Monster or something like that, right? And so you can kind of like save those for the later videos so you have something to look forward to. And that's pretty much it. You batch record it all. You use OBS when you're recording so that it directly uploads to your computer. And again, that's in the description in the pinned comment below how to do that with a very simple setup. So it directly uploads into your computer. Now, obviously, if you're recording on your iPhone, then you're going to have to manually upload it. But iPhones don't really mess up, and I trust iPhones, whereas a lot of the other technology, like something goes wrong almost always, right? Whether it's audio, video, something's going wrong a lot of the time. So it's nice to be able to just see yourself, right? I can see myself there, and I can see myself there while you're recording. So you can make sure that everything is fine. And OBS records straight into your computer. And then once you get done with the 12, you just upload it to a Google Drive, send it off to your video editors, and that's it, right? That's how you can batch record an entire day's worth of content very quickly and efficiently. And I've done this probably like 30 times now, right? I've an entire month's worth of content in one day, right? 12 videos in one day. I've done this like 30 times now. And yeah, it works really well. My record is 21, like I said. That's definitely pushing it. I would say ideally 6 to 8 in a day is the best. Once you get past that 8 mark, those last 4, sometimes you might seem a little bit tired. Although, again, if you're recording your videos in the right way, you shouldn't be tired. And that's actually a really important point that I'm going to hit on here for a moment. If you're recording videos and you find that you're really tired afterwards, you're doing something wrong. Because the way that you should be recording videos is almost like as if you're talking to a friend. And chances are, if you're talking to a friend, you could talk to them just about all day long without getting tired. So if you're recording a video, like a 30-minute video, and you're tired afterwards, there's some sort of cognitive dissonance there that's happening, right? Maybe you're acting fake when you record, and that's making you tired. Maybe you are trying way too hard to read things word for word, and you're not, you aren't quite doing it correctly. You need to practice more on that, and that's making you tired. Something is wrong if you're getting really, really tired when you record videos. Because I have clients that will tell me that, how they get quite tired when they record. And if you're doing that, then there's something wrong, okay? You're not doing it right if you're getting really tired when you record, okay? So those are the biggest things. And you really want to start off just keeping your videos as simple as possible. And I can tell you that my highest viewed videos on my main channel that has over 1 million subscribers, those videos, almost all of them took me, like in the entire process of creating the videos, almost all of them took 3 hours or less to create. And that's coming up with the idea, writing the script, recording the video, and in some cases I even edited my own videos, which I don't recommend doing. Well, maybe for a few just to start, but I recommend outsourcing editing as fast as you can. Almost all my videos took me personally less than 3 hours to make, and most of them took me personally less than an hour to make. And that's everything, literally everything, right? So I've also spent over 100 hours on some videos, over 50 hours on a video, and they've absolutely bombed. So one thing you need to realize is the idea of the video is what's going to make or break the video. Kind of like the idea of a product, right? Or the idea of a business is what makes or breaks the business. Your offer is what makes or breaks your offer, or your business, right? If you launch a new product. And it's the same thing with a video. The idea is what makes or breaks the video. It's not your fancy editing. It's not spending a ton of time researching and script writing and all that kind of thing. It's the idea. The idea is the most important thing. And so, you just have to realize that you don't need to spend a ton of time editing your videos. In fact, raw, authentic content oftentimes is doing a lot better than highly edited, retention editing type content, especially these days. People are kind of just tired of retention editing. Even Mr. Beast is not retention editing as much, and he's focusing more on like story and value delivery, right? So that's basically how it's done, guys. And once you're ahead, when you batch record, you get ahead, and it's just this great feeling of like, man, I'm a month ahead now. And I always like to stay like 2 weeks to a month ahead at all times when I'm recording content. And this is how I have not missed a single upload in the last like 5 or 6 years of recording content. I haven't missed a single upload. I've uploaded consistently 3 times a week for the last 5 to 6 years. And that's one of the reasons why I have a channel with over 1 million subscribers, right? So this is how it's done. Again, the technical side of things, I'll put that down in the description, the pinned comment below. You can check that out. And if you are a busy business owner, right, that thinks that you don't have enough time to record, a coach, consultant, online service provider, etc., but you want to build your personal brand, you want to grow your YouTube channel, well, I'm telling you, you do have enough time because you can batch record, and then once you're a month ahead, you can just record videos whenever you have the time. You get off a call with a client, you see that the client was having an issue with something, go ahead, record a video, right? Record a video, upload it to YouTube, right? It doesn't take you that much time. You have a little bit of time before dinner. You're waiting for some friends to come over to your place to go over to dinner, which is what I am right now. I'm waiting for some friends right now, and we're about to go to dinner. You can record a video very quickly, just like I'm doing right now, right? And I actually got this idea because of a client. So I'm literally just giving you an example of what happened to me. And then you just easily can just stay ahead just by doing this every once in a while because you're already a month ahead. And then, just by recording videos here and there, you stay ahead. It's just a great feeling. Also, if you're a YouTuber and you're having trouble, spending way too much time on your videos, or you're not monetizing correctly, you're having trouble monetizing, or you're a business owner, a busy business owner, like I said, go ahead, book a call down in the description, the pinned comment below. We will get you sorted out. We do it all for our clients. We have a done for you and a done with you offer. Part of the done for you, just as an example, is we'll literally hire like video editors, for instance, like very affordable and very good video editors that can take care of like 80% of the work for you. Not just editing the video, but also uploading, optimizing, and doing all that tedious work so that you don't have to do it yourself. We can also hire script writers to help you with the research and the script writing too. And on top of that, we just teach you the entire system, not only for creating videos efficiently, not taking that much time to create videos, but also monetizing those videos efficiently. We've helped a ton of people do it. We've helped over 20 people get to 7 figures a year on YouTube. We've helped 8 people now get to 8 figures a year on YouTube. So we know what the heck we're doing, and we're very, very good at helping people do this. So if you are one of those people and you want to take YouTube to the next level, you finally want to build your personal brand, you've been putting it off for years, it just takes too much time, it's not an excuse anymore. We have a system where you can consistently create content that gets views from the right people, and you can check that out down in the description and the pinned comment below. Book a call with us. We'll figure out where you are right now, where you want to be, figure out a plan to get there, and see if we're a good fit to work together or not. And also, check out my video that I did on Josh, who was stuck at $1,000 a month, in fact, less than $1,000 a month, and we helped him get to over $186,000 a month by basically installing the same exact system that we're talking about into his business. And you can check that out by clicking right here.